Well, if you are looking for a reason to get out of a long-term relationship, why not take the person to see Madam Web on Valentine's Day? Got a girl that you're just not feeling anymore? Well, take her to see this movie. She'll be ready to cut you loose at the end of it. I didn't even think about this when the date got released, but February 14th is Valentine's Day. This movie out on Valentine's Day. Like, people are going to want to take women to this. Imagine, like, a Valentine's date. Some dude asks a girl out on Valentine's Day because they're both single. Will you be my Valentine? Oh, what are we doing? Oh, we're going to go see Madam Web. Oh, there goes your second date. Hell, you're not going to get anything at the end of the date. You better go ahead and cut that out. They're trying to position this movie to really appeal to women, which is funny because it doesn't. I'm sure there are some women that want to see it, but this isn't going to be the next Barbie, which all of these companies think that they're going to be able to pull out, and it's just not going to happen. So this movie is likely going to lose a lot of money. My question is, where will it match up to Morbius, which is a gigantic disaster in its own right? But at least that movie gave us memes. I don't know if this one's going to give us anything. I will say they at least got attractive women to be in it. I think all the women in the movie are beautiful women. That's a rarity now in Hollywood. So I'll at least give them that. But you know who else would have been in it? Apparently, Andrew Garfield. You know, a guy that came off of a pretty good little redemption arc in No Way Home. He's proven himself to be a good Peter Parker and Spider-Man, even though his movies weren't that good. I don't like those two movies that much. I think he's a fine Spider-Man, but he just had the misfortune of being in awful movies. But for the longest time, there were rumors that they were going to have a Sony-verse Spider-Man and then, of course, an MCU Spider-Man. And, I mean, why not? Why not? So this rumor kind of shines some light on that rumor. I tend to believe they did kick this around. But for some reason, they decided to not have him in the movie, which was a mistake, because he would have legitimized this movie as a real Spider-Man movie, not just some bullshit with a bunch of Spider-Man cosplayers running around. That would have been a better idea, but they didn't do that. So now, this movie is probably going to fail, but this would have been brilliant. Yeah, bring him in. Bring him in. That would have been the smart idea, because these Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man suck ass. And that Craven movie that's coming out, sorry to tell you, probably gonna suck ass. So, I go over to YouTube. What's the latest on this? It's got a massive ratio, 204,000 downvotes to 110,000 upvotes. Nobody's going to want to watch this movie. I'm looking forward to laughing as it fails spectacularly. But we're getting close to box office estimates. Will the Madam Web box office bomb harder than Morbius? Sony could be tarnishing its overall Spider-Man brand with these trash movies. I agree 100%. They had one good hit, the first Venom. It's a fun kind of buddy comedy movie. It worked, oddly, without Spider-Man. But Venom 2, not that good. At least it wasn't woke, but it also wasn't a very good movie either. And then Morbius. I feel like I'm forgetting one. But Craven, no one's going to want to watch that. I don't care how many trailers they pump out. That one's going to be a flop as well. And this one's going to be a giant flop. These Spider-Man without Spider-Man movies are bad ideas. And they just don't seem to understand that. They think they can move forward with it because comic book movies Well, at least they were making money. But this movie also has the unfortunate timing of coming after the Marvels, which is another problem in itself. Like, the Marvels is a historic flop. Now, this movie, I don't think cost anywhere near as much as the Marvels did. But regardless, I still see this movie losing money. So this article just kind of goes over those details, like what are the box office estimates? Madam Web is expected to be another massive bomb for Sony, which follows Morbius, also bombing back in 2022, which brought in $167 million for Sony. Box office estimates should be out within a week or so. It'll be interesting to see if it matches Morbius's $39 million opening weekend. Girls will be another no-show. As it's a girl power superhero movie, it will be interesting to see how well it does compared to both the Marvels and Birds of Prey, which also bombed big time. It's known the girls, women, and even family didn't turn out for those flicks. They sure as hell did for Barbie. Yeah, women didn't show up for Birds of Prey, and they didn't show up for the Marvels. Stop trying to take these boy brands and twist them up. It doesn't work. Women like these things, but they like them for the same reason everybody else does. I don't see the problem with just making movies like Barbie and making movies like Spider-Man. Why can't both exist? Why does the Spider-Man brand need to be twisted into a Barbie movie? It's a little ridiculous. The Marvels opened to $46 million, but as only the MCU zombie fanboys went to see it, it suffered the worst drop of any superhero movie and only brought in $206 million on a budget of close to $300 million. A similar bomb could be in the future for Madam Web. And no, you don't need to have psychic superpowers in order to know that Birds of Prey only opened to $33 million, and it ended its run with $205 million, but at least its budget was only $84 million, which is also the same for Madam Web, so at least it won't be as big a disaster as Kevin Feige's joke of a Marvel movie. $84 million? That's pretty cheap, actually. That's cheaper than I thought it would be. So I thought it would have been, I thought it would have been a bigger budget, like, $120 million, something like that. That's pretty low. You need to really make a couple $100 million to make money, but is it going to hit that number? I don't think so. I think it'll have a similar opening to Birds of Prey and the Marvels, and then it'll just fizzle out because no one's going to want to watch this. There's nothing appealing about these movies because, all the women are beautiful in it, but it's like you can get the same effect from the trailer. I could just watch the trailer. I don't need to go see the movie. She started it all. There's a reason Spider-Man exists. It's Dakota Johnson. This movie. Oh, I can't wait for it to come out. It'll be fun if there's Valentine's breakup stories over this movie, too. Maybe we'll see some of those over on Reddit. People posting about how they broke up with someone for taking them to see Madam Web. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.